Hello, everyone. I hope everyone can hear me. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at this Tune-in Live talk series presented by the HKBU International Office. I'm Jennifer from the International Office, and it is my great pleasure to be here to present these sessions to you. Last week, we have launched our very first session of the talk by speaking about money matters for student exchange program. And we are very excited that we have received overwhelming responses last week. If somehow you have missed the talk last week, you can always watch the recording on our Facebook page or on our YouTube page by searching HKBU International Office. So I'm sure every one of you have already seen our promotion campaign, YOLO Exchange Abroad 2021-22. So we have started this online application already since September the 1st, and until November 15, you can still submit your online application. And one of the eligibility to participate in this student exchange program is to have an IELTS or TOEFL test. And the minimum requirement for IELTS will be 6.0, and TOEFL internet-based will be 79. So today we are very happy to have invited a few friends from our language center, from the British Council, and also from IDP to talk about their tips and advice, how you can best prepare to sit for the test. So may I please introduce our friends today. So we have Michelle from Language Center, and also Seneca from British Council, and Patrick from IDP. So the rundown of today's session is I would first let our friends to share their advices and tips, and then at the end we will open the floor for you to raise any questions regarding IELTS or TOEFL. And let me first invite Seneca to talk about her advices, how you can best prepare to sit for the IELTS test. So Seneca, thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. This is Seneca from British Council, and thanks for BU invite to be for me to be here and share the IELTS. So let me share my screen first. Okay. So hopefully everyone can see my screen. So let's start it. All right. Okay. So first of all, why British Council? We have been here in Hong Kong for more than 70 years, and we are a non-profit making organization. British Council is proudly co-owned the IELTS with Cambridge and IDP. And what does IELTS stand for? It stands for International English Language Testing System. And there are there are 6 modules, but 2 main modules will be your main target for study abroad and exchange purpose, which is IELTS Academic and IELTS Academic for UKVI. And the 4 areas that we will be covering, including the listening, reading, writing, and speaking, which is similar to DSE, I would say. And right now we have 2 types of the exam, which is paper-based and computer-based IELTS. So for the price, it will be the same for either you take the paper or computer. And IELTS Academic is 2,150 and UKVI is 2,340. So the band score, it will be, classified from 1 to 9 to indicate your English proficiency. For 9, it represents like an expert user of English, and 1, it means a non-user. But as Jennifer mentioned, that for exchange purpose or study abroad, the minimum requirement will be 6. So let's target for the 6. So guess what? For Hong Kong, we have ranked number 3 after Malaysia and the Philippines. And the average score is 6.53. So it's not very bad, and it's actually pretty good. I would say the listening and reading paper, we are doing pretty good. It's above 6.5 average score. But speaking and writing are the other area we have to improve more. So to help the BU student to prepare for the exam, British Council offers some free online preparation material, including roads to IELTS and IELTS video. And you can also visit our website to get some link and register for free preparation materials. I know nowadays people are, holding their mobiles on a daily basis. So if you download the IELTS prep apps and Word Power through Androids and iOS, you can also enjoy the free preparations with your mobile. One more thing that I would highly recommend, if you are going to take the CDI IELTS, I would suggest you go to our website, CDI Memorization, which is like a mock exam. You can do the listening and reading paper over there. And after the exam, you'll receive the band score via email. And this is my tutor is a British Council newly developed apps to help you practice your English for the exam. This is a one-on-one English tutor, and you can get this or schedule this session on your own. It is 24 hours available, 7 days a week, and it's only for the first trial. It's only like $1 pound, which is worth for trying. And after the exam, we will provide some advice to you to help you improve your speaking test. So the registration is easy. Just go to British Council website and then you can register and settle the payment. But don't forget to have your ID card or passport and bring this document when you go to the exam venue. And how will you get the confirmation? You will receive the email confirmation 4 days before the exam, indicated your writing and speaking exam venue and time. And the test report, it will be 2 years available, and it will be available after the exams, like around 2 weeks for paper and 5 to 7 days for CDI. So visit our British Council website and like our Facebook front page. You will get the latest information. And I would suggest also go to Take IELTS Official. Right now, we have some free webinar about different papers. An upcoming one is 17 September. We will be focusing on the speaking test and topic, which is free. So don't forget to register. Last but not least, if you register the exam through with British Council, we are pleased to offer you a power bank, which is the latest latest our souvenir. And the first 100 test taker, we will contact you for collection. Thank you. So,
thank you, Seneca. So next, I will invite Michelle to introduce the resources and the support available at our Language Center for our students to prepare for the test. Michelle, please.
Okay. Hello, this is Michelle from the Language Center, and thanks for having me here today. So I hope you can all see the screen I'm sharing right now. So today I'm going to share with you some tips to help you prepare for your IELTS and also TOEFL application. So I'm going to introduce you to some language resources, courses, and workshops that are offered by the Language Center at HKBU. And all of these courses and workshops are free of charge for all our undergraduate students. So this is my plan for today. So I will cover what are the courses available, IELTS and TOEFL courses, and some incentive schemes that to help to motivate students to take IELTS tests and also to join our prep courses. And at the end of this session, I will also share with you where you can find more free resources to help you prepare for IELTS and TOEFL. So let me get started. So if you still remember, there are some important dates that you need to remember if you are planning to apply to go on exchange in the upcoming academic year. So first of all, this is the application period. So you have to apply by the 15th of November. And another important date is you have to take TOEFL by the 12th of December, and to take IELTS by the 13th of December. And because of this, so I have summarized some courses that you can take to help you prepare for your exchange application. So on this slide here, you see a summary of all the IELTS prep courses for speaking and listening module on offer in this semester. So some of these courses are 20 hours long, and some of these are intensive courses, and they are roughly 10 hours long. And so you can feel free to enroll in any of these courses based on your availability. So we have classes on all weekdays, Monday through Friday. So you can feel free to enroll in the courses based on your needs. So I will briefly share with you what will be covered in these courses. However, I won't go into the details because I only have 5 to 10 minutes for this sharing. So if you're interested in a particular course, you can feel free to ask questions later on during the Q&A session. So for our 20-hour-long speaking and listening prep courses for IELTS, we aim to help students prepare for both the speaking and listening modules. So we'll, in the course, we will share with students some useful exam tips, test-taking strategies. We'll provide you with some mock tests and practices. Okay. And similarly, apart from speaking and listening modules, we also offer an intensive IELTS prep course, which will last 10 hours to help students prepare for just the speaking module of IELTS. And so here is a summary of the IELTS prep courses available for the reading and writing module. Again, you'll be able to see that we have some regular courses that are 20 hours long, and some of these courses are 10-hour-long intensive courses. So you can feel free to enroll in these courses. And so in our reading and writing module, we aim to help students develop some skills to handle the tasks in the reading and writing tests of IELTS. And we will also provide you with mock practices and feedback from teachers. And again, just like in the speaking and listening modules, we also have an intensive prep course for the writing modules. So we have one for the first writing task 1, which is 10 hour long. And we also have another course for writing task 2, which is also 10 hours long. And so apart from supplementary courses available at HKBU, I'd also like to share with you some sponsorship schemes and incentives to motivate you to take IELTS. So for students who obtain an overall band score of 7 can apply for a full test fee reimbursement. Okay, so if you still remember from Sanica's sharing, you have to be a good user. So if you still remember the band score scale, if you are a good user in IELTS, you will be able to get your full test fee refunded. Okay, so if you'd like to find out more, you can go to our Language Center website, and you can scan this QR code to your right. This will direct you to our web page. And apart from sponsorship, we are also hosting a lucky draw for students who have taken IELTS prep courses and have taken the IELTS test. So if you choose to enroll in any supplementary courses on IELTS offered by the Language Center, and if you have attended at least 85% of the lessons and have attended the IELTS test, then you will be eligible to apply to join this to enter this lucky draw. So we will select 10 lucky students to and give you a prize. So this will be a coffee gift card. Again, if you'd like to learn more about our lucky draws, you can go to our website. And apart from this, I'd also like to share with you one piece of information that you might be that might interest you. So we have an award for outstanding performance in IELTS tests. However, the eligibility is only for final year UGC funded HKBU students. Okay, so if you are planning to later on take IELTS in your final year, and if maybe during year 1, year 2, and year 3 you have ever taken any IELTS prep courses, then you can apply for this award. So we'll be giving out book coupons based on your performance in the IELTS test. So this is the amount of the awards. So if you get an overall band score if you get a 7.5 in IELTS speaking, then you're eligible for this award. And so if you'd like to find out more, you can go to our webpage. So we have both. We have awards for both the writing modules and the speaking modules. And so that's it for the sharing on IELTS. And so apart from IELTS, the Language Center also offers some workshops and courses on TOEFL. So there are altogether 3 workshops or courses. So 2 of which are orientation workshops on listening and speaking, and also reading and writing. So they are just 2 hours long, and and we also have a short course which is 10 hours long on the writing tasks in TOEFL. So if this fits your schedule, feel free to enroll in these TOEFL preparation courses. So our TOEFL IBT orientation workshops target students who have minimal exposure to the TOEFL test. So if you don't know what this is, or if you have never taken the TOEFL test before, then this orientation workshop will give you the information you need. So so again, this is a 2-hour-long workshop. If you attend this workshop, you'll be able to familiarize yourself with the test format and also the major features of the listening and speaking sections. So similarly, we also have a workshop for the reading and writing papers of TOEFL. Okay, so if you're interested, you can enroll in these courses. And so finally, the last course that I'd like to share with you is a course on persuasive writing for TOEFL. So this is a 10-hour-long course, particularly focusing on the writing module. So we will train you on integrated and independent writing tasks for the TOEFL paper. And yeah, so that's the course content. We'll show you what are some common topics covered in the TOEFL tests. We'll show you some examples, and also we'll teach you and give you practice on writing strategies. So that's it for the TOEFL workshops. And so this is very important. So if you are interested in signing up for courses, how can you do so? So there are different ways for you to enroll in courses. First of all, the easiest way would be to check your student email. So the Language Center send out promotional emails on the courses regularly. So if you are interested, you can just feel free to follow the instructions in our promotional emails and sign up for our courses. So alternatively, you can go to our supplementary course webpage. So if you scan this QR code on your left, you will be directed to our webpage. So on this page, you have the information about all courses and workshops available in this semester. And just to let you know, the maximum class size of each course or workshop is 20. And so we will fill the places on the first come, first served basis. So my recommendation is sign up for the courses that you're interested in as soon as possible, so that you will be able to join the course. And so for those of you, apart from joining courses or workshops, if you're interested in doing some learning at home, if you want access to resources, then I will briefly share with you where you can find free resources available to HKBU students. So first of all, we have library materials. So if you log on with your student account to the library homepage, you will have access to the Road to IELTS software. So this will give you practice on the 4 different papers in IELTS. And apart from the library website, the Language Center also has a website that provides you with a lot of resources on self-accessed language learning. So in short, I call it SALL. So if you want information about IELTS or TOEFL preparation, you can scan this QR code here, okay? And this will direct you to our SALL page. So on this site, you'll be able to find out more about the exam information. So you can also have training on different skills and get some test practice or develop your own, expand your vocabulary for the IELTS and TOEFL tests. And so for those of you, if you're interested in reading some IELTS books or TOEFL prep books, you're welcome to come to the Language Learning Oasis, so the LLO. So this is a language laboratory open to all students. So this is a place for self-accessed language learning. And so it is situated in OEM 707. Okay, so in this room, you'll be able to find a list of IELTS and TOEFL resources and prep books, okay? And you can also borrow them. So if you're interested, you can feel free to visit OEM 707, our language learning oasis. So that's it for my sharing. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Michelle. Wow, our HKBU students are indeed very lucky that we have so many resources available at the Language Center. So, and next, I will invite Patrick to deliver his sharing to us. Thank you, Patrick.
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. Hi. My name is Patrick. I'm from Deep Education. So I share my screen from you guys. Okay, so I hope you can see my screen. Again, thank you for inviting me to be here to give some information about IELTS. Fortunately, I think my sharing and my information is a bit different from British Council. Even though we were holding the same test, IELTS. Just a little bit introduction about our organization. Of course, as mentioned, we are one of the co-owner of IELTS, signed with Cambridge and also British Council. We are owned by 38 Australian universities. We are already 40 years old because we were established in 1969. So we, other than organize IELTS, we also help Hong Kong students to study abroad in Australia, UK, Canada, New Zealand, and also Australia. So as mentioned for IELTS, it consists of listening, reading, and writing and speaking. And as mentioned by British Council, we also have the computer-based IELTS. The result basically it's the same as the paper-based test, but of course the experience is different because for the listening, reading, writing, we are going to do it on the screen through the computer. Not pen and paper, and so the result can be released more faster, 3 to 5 days. Unlike the paper base is around 30 days for the result release. And of course, for the speaking test, it's still maintained face to face with the examiner. So it is just the matter of the medium is different. But of course, in terms of the test format, test questions, question type, marking criteria is all the same. So it's up to you, up to your habits, or if you like to take the listening, reading, writing through the computer, through the keyboard. Of course, feel free to apply for the computer base as well. Of course, if you wanted to take paper base, it's okay as well. For paper based tests, basically we organize 4 test sessions per month. For computer based, it almost we have session on daily basis from Monday to Sunday. So it's really sufficient test day for you guys to apply. Depends on your availability and also your free time as well. So for the test, of course, you will have to take academic for study abroad or for academic purpose. Listening, 30 minutes, you have to take 40 questions. Readings, you have to answer 40 questions in 1 hour. Writing, you have to complete 2 tasks in 60 minutes. And also for the speaking test, it takes about 11 to 14 minutes. Okay, so some tips or some information I want to share with you. I think from our experience, based on there's some 5 common mistakes made by test takers. The first one, of course, sometimes the candidates not really reading the questions properly. So it's not about the language skill, language proficiency, but just not really careful or overlook some questions. The second, for the writing test, sometimes they change the subject. That means they're not exactly answer what the question being asked. So really take a look at the questions carefully. For the speaking test, of course, not pronouncing words correctly. This is another common mistakes made by test takers. And sometimes when you handle speaking tests, sometimes you cannot repeat the questions that was asked when answering in the speaking test. You're not a parrot. You just repeat the question being asked. I think you have to perform freely and also relax and then to answer the questions. So of course, and at last, for the listening and reading test, don't leave blank answers, because you have to try to answer all questions. Even you take it wrong, it doesn't deduct your marks. And so that's why every single answer worth 1 mark. And so you have to answer all questions. At last, for prepare for IELTS, basically every day comes to language skills. So your English language skills is built on every single day. So if you wanted to get to know the test, the first step is you have to understand well the format, the question depths, requirements. We have sufficient materials and information available on our website for free of charge. And of course, you can also refer to your university language center. Just heard there's so many sufficient information available in the market or from the university. And also for writing and speaking tests, you highly recommend to understand what the examiners look for. And then we have the assessment criteria available on our website. You can feel free to download it. Take a look in details what marking criteria we were looking at under each level of band scores. Of course, you have to practice sample questions, get familiar with the IELTS test formats, test yourself and get used to real-time conditions, experience tasks similar to test tasks, and also review your answers by comparing to model answers. So it is some general and also some familiar test techniques or skills I believe you are quite familiar with, because in the past when you deal with DSE, basically it's the same approach on doing the examinations. At last, of course, you can recommend you to go through our website IELTS.com. We have sufficient information, videos, and also we have some sample questions as well. And also go through our IDP IELTS Facebook, and also we have a YouTube channel. We have quite many speaking samples. You can take a look and get more experience. What level we expect for example, speaking test. We have sufficient samples ranking from band score 6, 7, 8, or even 9. So you can take a look and benchmark with all those samples and examples. So for us, for every IDP IELTS applicants, in case you apply the IELTS test through IDP, we organize an expert seminar for our candidates. It organized once per month. This is our upcoming schedule. Feel free to join it and make a call to registration, and then you can feel free to join it. It's teach you some practical tips and also to let you know how you will be score, and also some tips for avoid costly mistakes as well. In addition, when you apply for our test, you will be given a free 30 days free online practice. You can feel free to use it. And of course, in case you have further queries or even to take an application, go to our website www.idp.com, and or even you can simply make a call to us and also or visit our center in Wan Chai. In addition, for our test venue, we organize our paper test normally in Wan Chai or Tsim Sha Tsui, and for our computer test, we have the computer lab in Mong Kok, and so I believe the location is convenient to you guys whether you live in New Territories or the Hong Kong Islands as well. That's it for my part. I pass back to Jennifer.
Thank you, Patrick. This is very useful information from the insider. And I'm now going to open the floor for you guys to raise any questions regarding IELTS or TOEFL. And just one piece of additional information that if you would like to participate in this student exchange program, you need to take the academic level test of the IELTS so that you can be eligible to apply for a place at the student exchange program. And once again, for the IELTS test, the last test date would be December 13 for you. And also for TOEFL, it would be December 12th. And when you submit the online application for the exchange, if you do not have the score yet, it doesn't matter. You just need to show us that you have already registered for a test with the dates before the designated date I just mentioned. So I think I have the first question. One of our students, this is a question for Michelle of Language Center. So our student is very interested in the sponsorship scheme provided by Language Center. Can you let us know more information about this sponsorship scheme for them to take the IELTS?
Yes. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Yeah, thank you for your question. So some of you, if you have scanned the QR code or if you have clicked on the link, you will notice that on the website it says academic year 2019 to 20. However, so we know that this year we will still have this IELTS sponsorship scheme. So we will update the information on the website later on. So yeah, and so if you want to learn more about how you can apply or what are the procedures, you can feel free to refer to our website. Yeah. So I hope this answers your question.
Thank you, Michelle. Wow, this is very good news to our students. So we have all these free of charge resources and even the sponsorship provided to you to take the IELTS. And don't forget that you can also have sponsorship and also scholarship opportunities available for you to take part in the student exchange program. And we have next questions from a student called Ho Yin Man. So this question is, any tips for preparing the speaking test for IELTS? What kind of questions I will be asked during the test? Maybe I will ask Patrick to help answer these questions.
All right. So for speaking test, you've been asked many different types of questions. Of course, in case you have to take a speaking test, you've been handled 3 parts: part 1, part 2, and part 3. Part 1 is more focused. The examiner asks you some questions about yourself. Probably is different types of questions about yourself, about your family, about yourself, or whether you like sports or not. Is quite many personal questions. And then task 2 is you've been given a task questions assigned by the examiner, and you have to require to answer 2 minutes. And then the third part is a discussion, two-way discussion. So based on the topics on part 2. So for my recommendation, I would suggest you to understand the marking criteria first, understand the format, what type of question to be asked, and then you can go through some free resources about some samples, because on website we have quite many demonstrations about some speaking tests, part 1, part 2, part 3. Get familiar with that and also understand what's the standard we require. For example, if you look at the script or samples for band 7, take a look and feel experience of what the performance of these students is doing, and then of course you can get a feeling whether you can achieve it or not. and also we can compare with the marking criteria to see how good or how bad, why he got this score, and then you can really get more details on that. Of course, practice more, and also chat with your teachers in language centers, and also quite sufficient resources for helping you to improve your speaking test, and also to achieve your scores what you expected.
Thank you, Patrick. So next question is, what is the difference between IELTS Academic and IELTS UKVI? And I will let Seneca to answer these questions.
Oh, yes. Basically, UKVI, IELTS, and IELTS Academic, they are same in terms of the test content and format durations. No difference. But the main difference is if you apply for study abroad or study overseas in UK, I think a lot of agency or center will recommend you to go for the UKVI. But if the purpose for exchange, then I would say IELTS Academic will be good enough. UKVI means a visa and immigrations. With also the purpose, if you wanted to immigrate to UK, then you will have to take the UKVI IELTS Academic. Yes.
Thank you, Seneca. It's good to know. So our next question, I had my IELTS test in November 2018. Do I need to take the test again for application? So the IELTS score report will be valid for 2 years. That means your score will be expired in 2020 November. And you will be able to submit your exchange application with this test score report. But if you have a place that we offer to you to study at one of our partner university, it will be up to the host university whether they will need you to submit a valid test score. So be prepared that you may be required to take the test again when you prepare the documents to submit to the host university. And usually my advice is, if it is your best score or it is not your best score, maybe it would be a good time for you to take the test again and to see if you have improved and if you have more progress in learning the English. Yeah. And next questions. If we have completed University English 1 and 2 courses, do we still need to take the IELTS for exchange program? The answer is yes. Please submit a test score for the IELTS so that you can be eligible to submit an application for the exchange. Next question will be for Michelle. Is the supplementary course in Language Center credit bearing or non-credit bearing?
Yeah, the courses I've just introduced you to, they are all non-credit bearing courses. That means your performance and results on the course will not have any effect on your GPA. Yeah, so they're non-credit bearing.
Thank you. And I think today we have running out of time. And if you do not have any other questions, I will say this would be the end of our sessions for this afternoon. And thank you once again, Patrick, Michelle, and Seneca, to share with us and to present your ideas, how the student could best prepare for the IELTS test. And for everyone, students, YOLO Exchange Abroad. And don't forget that we have the next tuning live course series on September 30, same time here. And I hope to see you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Good luck. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.